What is up, everybody? It's CJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Pleasantville renovation video. So today we're going to be furnishing this house. I think we only have one more house to go and 2 more community lots, and then we'll be completely finished with the whole entire world, which is so interesting when you think about it. But yeah, so this is like one of the houses, and yo, I'm gonna be real, as you can probably already see, there was like little to no space in this house. Like, I don't mind furnishing small areas, but for this house, the rooms were very small, so I had to like rework the floor plan. I had to like get rid of some walls. So this house ended up being a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. Well, technically it's like 3 bedrooms because I turned the garage into a bedroom. So the story that I have for this house is that there's a couple of grandparents that live here, but they're also raising their grandsons. So the oldest grandson is a teen, and then the other one is a child, so they're kind of like raising them. It was kind of like one of those things where like they didn't really expect to be raising grandchildren, but now they are, so they kind of had to make room, you know, so they converted the garage into a makeshift bedroom. You know, luckily the teen is a teenager, so he's not going to really be in there forever, but, you know, it was just kind of one of those things where it's like we have to kind of like quickly renovate the house, so to speak. But I will say, y'all, that this house is very outdated. I think I was kind of inspired by The Sims 2. I have been playing a lot of The Sims 2 lately on Twitch. If you ever want to see me play, like, I'm telling y'all, The Sims 2 is crazy, but if you ever want to see me play it, I am going to leave a link to my second channel. I post all of my Twitch streams on the second channel, but I've been playing a lot of The Sims 2, and a lot of the game is very, like, early 2000s core. I mean, the game came out in 2004, so it's, like, very early 2000s, and I was kind of inspired by, like, some of the older Sims 2 houses, and some of the earlier Sims 3 builds. Like, if you look at some of the, like, the houses, like, in the base game for The Sims 3, or even like some of the worlds, you can get that early Sims 3 vibe, and that's kind of what I was inspired by with this house. So at first I was going to use the Bayside countertops and then some store content, but then I thought about the fact that I'm really trying to limit my store content use for this save file, so I was like, maybe we can swap it out. So I ended up using the ones from the base game, and then I ended up using the stove and fridge from the Supernatural pack. I almost put a wood fire oven in here, y'all, okay, like it was that serious. But I did swap everything out for some base game and expansion pack content, so there is no store content as far as I know for this build. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, also I think this build is a little ugly, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like, it looks very outdated. Maybe I should say that. Like, it's just very I used a lot of lighter yellowy wood tones. There's a lot of green in here. I have some brick accents. It's just very much like, again, early Sims 3, Sims 2 core. Does that make sense? Like, very early 2000s, you know, very outdated by today's standards. I haven't really furnished that many houses in this style before, and I was like, this house is a house for grandparents and their grandsons, so I was like, you know what, why don't I kind of just play into that vibe? So I'm using this green wallpaper. At first, I left this brick, but I did go back and recolor it. And I'm using the countertops and the cabinets from the base game. I made sure to give the household a microwave and also a coffee machine. I didn't really know what to do with this little area, so at first this area was going to be the living room, but then I was like, well, I did rework the floor plan, so now we actually have space for a living room. So I decided to make this space into a computer desk area, maybe like a mini home office. So at first I used the desk from the base game, but then I swapped it out with the one from the university pack. I'm using that really old CRT styled computer, you know, grandma and grandpa haven't quite updated yet. I feel like honestly, it probably can't even connect to the internet, and if it can, it's probably like really slow. Like, good luck watching a video in 1080p. You're not going to be able to. But I also put like some awards up on the wall. I have a rug that's slightly off-centered, and I also used the bookshelf from the Generations pack. I just felt like this little area looks so cozy in a way. Like, I don't know. Like, I could imagine like being here as a kid, like if this was my grandparents' house, being here as a kid on the computer while like grandma or someone's in the kitchen cooking food. Like, I could just feel the aesthetic, you know? I also wanted to kind of like fill in some of this extra space, so I put like a dresser down here, a mirror. I did have some issues when I was playtesting this house originally. I don't know why, but it's something about Sims going down the stairs and trying to maneuver around the front door. I think what you're gonna have to do is like click on the stairs to have your Sims use the stairs, and then you're gonna have to like click outside for your Sims to walk outside. I don't really know how to fix that, and I didn't really want to like change the whole entire like stair placement because it uses constraint for elevation, and I'm not the best at using it. So yeah, you might have some issues with the stairs. They work, you just have to maybe click on the stairs themselves to use the stairs, but I don't know, maybe that was just a me issue, I don't know, but if you do have issues, that's why. Yeah, I did like recolor them, but I didn't really like change the stairs themselves, so that might be why. You might have to like delete the stairs and replace them, maybe that might fix it. But moving on now, we are in the living room. So at first, you know, this house did not have a space for a living room. I made space, so what I did was I like made the garage a little bit smaller. So now we have a living room. So for the living room, I'm using some mismatched chairs. They're both from the base game. We have that craftsman style one, and then we also have like an older couch one. I'm also using that really big rug from the base game, the coffee table from the base game. The TV is also from the base game. Like honestly, this room could honestly just be purely base game. I did use the plant from the pets pack. The curtains that I used are from the Master Suite stuff pack, so it's not quite base game, but like it's kind of given the base game, you know. I kind of struggled a little bit with the living room because I was like, I wanted it to look old, but I didn't really know like how I wanted to make it look per se. Like it was kind of looking thrown together, but in a good way. Like I was just trying to think of things that you would see in like a grandparent's home, you know, like a lot of decorations, a lot of patterns sometimes, and just different designs on stuff, really outdated furniture. So I was honestly just trying to channel that vibe. In the end, I do like how it turned out. I ended up even using the music player from the Supernatural pack, and right now I am using the Sims 3 tool mod, which allows me to lower down the blinds, and then I'm also using some of those curtains like I said from the Master Suite stuff. Again, y'all, I cannot recommend this enough. The Sims 3 tool mod is so good. Now you don't have to have the mod installed to download this, but if you would like to use the mod, I can leave it linked down below. Speaking of linking down below, I don't know what it is, y'all, but I think the Sims file share is kind of going through it or something, or I think it's down or something like that. I cannot upload files, and to download stuff it takes forever. So I'm gonna try to leave this build link down below, but if you don't see a link, just don't worry. It's just because of Sims file share, but don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna be checking like every day. I've literally been checking every day to see if I can upload anything. If you don't have the link when this video comes out, that's why, but just know in the future if you're watching this, it's probably fixed. But yeah, as of now it's not really working. But anyway, now we're in the garage. So I kind of talked over this section, but this is the teens room. So I'm using like the base game bed because I feel like the grandparents kind of had to like rush to kind of get the house ready, you know, when the grandkids moved in. I used like the base game bed, and I'm using the rug from Supernatural. I gave him a couch because I feel like this is probably like one of the old couches that the grandparents had, so they just kind of gave it to him. And I'm also putting this arcade cabinet in here. Now I'm gonna be real, y'all, I feel like this cabinet is not gonna be functional. I need to playtest this house just to make sure, but I feel like it's not gonna be functional because if I turn move objects off, you can't move it there. So I'm gonna have to test it to see. So if you download this house and it's not there, that's why. But I thought it was nice to have it in the room, you know. I'm also putting up a lot of posters. I feel like the teen is kind of into art a little bit. It's one of those things where it's like it's his secret talent that he doesn't really tell anyone, you know. Like right now he's just doing like spray paint and graffiti, but I think he's a pretty good artist. And I also gave him a guitar because I feel like he's probably into music too. I just really like the vibe of the bedroom. It's kind of just giving like cool teen hangout spot, you know. And now we go ahead and we move upstairs. So for the upstairs portion, we have the grandparents room on the right, and we have the younger brother's room on the left. So we're gonna start off in the middle. I kind of just put like, I like to call it filler furniture, you know? So I put like a bookshelf, we have a big mirror, and then I also put like another one of those couches up here. I guess if you want like a little area just to like read or sit down and chill, you know, you could just kind of do it in the hallway. But I would imagine like for me, most of my Sims would probably just be downstairs, but I didn't really want to leave this section just bare. So, you know, I have some good filler furniture in here. But now we move on to the grandparents' bedroom. So for this bedroom, I knew that I wanted to use the Master Suite stuff bed because I never use it, and it just kind of gives off that grandma grandpa vibe to me. I did make the room a little bit bigger. Luckily I was able to do that, and I wanted to use like the matching nightstands to go with the bed and the matching dresser that comes with the bed as well. I'm also using some more of those Master Suite stuff curtains in here. The color scheme for the room was kind of like a olive green or earthy green, gray brown kind of color, very earthy in here, and I just like the vibe. I think it looks so relaxing in here. And you know, I still wanted to put some patterns in here somewhere, so I put it on like the sheets, like on the canopy part. But I really like the way this room turned out. It's very like muted, but in a good way. I'm also putting some plants from the Master Suite stuff in here as well, and I use a base game rug just to kind of like finish off the room. But this room I think is like really nice. It's probably like one of my favorites aside from like the teens room. It's just so relaxing to look at in my opinion. All right, so now we move on to the last bedroom. So this is gonna be for the younger brother. I feel like one of his big interests right now is space. So we kind of have like a space themed bedroom. So I'm using like the costume chest from the Generations pack, which if you didn't know, your kids can dress up as astronauts. I put that in here. I also use some of these like molecule carpet objects. It came from the university pack. The Generations pack also has like that really big science like bulletin board, so I put that in here as well. I'm using like a little rocket from Generations. I also used another base game bed. You know, they had to kind of scramble to get something, so he has a base game bed, but I did go through and like decorate the bed sheets and stuff like that. I kind of feel like maybe this is like the spare guest room that they had in the house, but now it's his room, you know, but luckily it's big enough for him, so he kind of has like everything he needs. I did go back and put some more curtains upstairs and some more blinds and stuff, but in all, that's pretty much it, y'all, for the entire build. So if you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. If you do not see a link, y'all, just give me a couple days or until Sims file share is fixed and I'll have a link available. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Follow me over on Twitch where I stream a lot more of The Sims, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!